guys, welcome back. Hope you're doing well. My name is Cynthia. If you're coming across my video for the first time, thank you so much for stopping by. Welcome to the channel. To my returning subscribers, you guys are highly welcome. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing us how to make this beautiful dress. This is a requested video from one of my subscribers. These are my fabrics. I will be making use of two different fabrics. I have 1.5 yards of scuba fabric. This is a light scuba fabric. And I have a 3.5 yards of satin flower fabric. We'll start with the upper part. I'm going to be cutting the front and the back together. My fabric is folded into two, both the front and the back. This 1.5 inches here is my zipper allowance. This is the front and this is the back. I'm cutting both together. I will mark the vertical line first. From shoulder to bust is 11 inches. Shoulder to waist is 11.5 inches. From waist to hip is 9 inches. So I will count down 5 inches from the hip line. I have 31 inches for the upper part. So we'll go and place the horizontal measurement. This is my starting line. Half of the shoulder measurement is 8 inches plus half inch sewing allowance. That's 8.5 inches. I will mark 3.5 inches for the neck width, 1.5 inches for the back depth, and 3.5 inches for the front depth. I'll connect it. This is the back depth. And this is the front depth. Okay. So we go to the shoulder here, mark 1 inch for shoulder slope. I'll connect the shoulder slope to the neckline. Right from the shoulder slope, I will take half of the armhole measurement. I'm making use of 8.5 inches. To get your armhole measurement, you divide your bust measurement by 6 plus 1.5 inches. So the one I'm making use of is 8.5 inches. Right on this 8.5 inches, I'll still place the shoulder measurement here. I will connect it up. So this is my chest line. I'll place 1/4 of the bust measurement right on the chest line. 1/4 of the bust measurement is 10.5 inches. Fabric is stretchy. I'm not adding any allowance to it. Not 10.5 inches here. So I'll look for the midpoint of the armhole, which is 4.25. I will connect this. This is the back armhole. Right on the midpoint here, I will come inside by 1/2 inch. This is the front armhole. So I will also connect. I will place 1/4 of the waist and 1/4 of the hip measurement. 1/4 of the waist measurement is 8.5 inches. I think there's a dart at the waistline. I will add 1 inch for that. So right on the waistline, I'll place 1/4 of the waist measurement, 8 inches. I'll add 1 inch for that. I'm not adding sewing allowance to it. I'll go to the hip line. I'll place 1/4 of the hip measurement right on the hip line here. 1/4 of the hip measurement is 11.5 inches. So whatever I have here on the hip line, I will place it here. This is the length of the dress. I'll connect it from the chest to the waist, from the waist to the hip, from the hip I'll bring it down to the length. This is the back waistline. Right on the back waistline, I will go inside by 1/4 of an inch. This is to eliminate any slippage. I will go up like so. I will also come here and place it here, down like so. So I will mark out my dart measurement. To get your dart measurement, you divide your bust band by 2. My bust band is 8 inches, divided by 2 is 4 inches. I'll mark 4 inches here. So you take 1/2 inch on this side and take 1/2 inch on this side. This is the bust line. I will come down 1 inch from the bust line, and there, this is the hip line. I will go up 3 inches from the hip line. Connect my dart from 1 inch below the bust line to the waistline and bring it down to 3 inches above the hip line. So I'll take 1/2 inch on this side and 1/2 inch on this side. Okay, we go ahead and cut it out. So I added 1/2 inch for sewing allowance at the upper part here. This is the front and this is the back. I'll mark my back dart also. This is the waistline. This is the back chest line. I will come down 1/2 inch from the chest line. I will go up 3 inches from the hip line. I'll do the same thing for the other side. We'll be cutting out the sleeves. I'll be adding flare to the lower part of the sleeve. The fitted sleeve is 23 inches plus sewing allowance. So from here I will go down by 4 inches. My armhole measurement is 8.5 inches. I will add 1 inch for sewing allowance, that's 9.5 inches. I will still mark 9.5 inches here right on these 4 inches. And I will mark 4 inches for my round sleeve, add 1 inch for sewing allowance, that's 5 inches. So I will connect it like so and bring it down to this 5 inches. The flare will be 4 or 5 inches. I will be cutting out 2 of these. I will match my fabric together first. First, I will pin the back zip. I've pinned my zip allowance. I will lay them against each other, the front and the back. It's either you lay it right side facing right side or wrong side facing wrong side. So I'll lay them against each other. It totally depends on you on which side you're going to be cutting out. For me, I will be cutting out the right side. So this is the right side. Right from the bottom part here, I will go up by 5 inches. And this is the midpoint. I'll curve it from here. Curve it to meet the midpoint. So I'm cutting it out. Alright, so we are done with the cutting. We'll go ahead and put the fabric together. This is the back side. Before I attach my zip, I will hem my neckline. I will take 1/4 of an inch twice and hem it around. I'm not using bias tape to hem it. I'm just hemming it like that. I will hem the front part also. I will hem the front part with 1/2 inch. I will take 1/4 of an inch twice and hem it around. I will stitch the front and the back, and then add my zip to the back side. So my zip is up to here. I will stitch up this place and add my zip here. I'm done attaching zip to the back side. I hem the neckline. I also stitch my dart, both front and back. I will go ahead and join the front and the back together. I will lay them against each other, right side facing right side. I will use 1/2 inch to join the shoulders and use 1/2 inch to join the side. I will be adding flare to the bottom of the sleeve, so I will measure here and use it to cut out the flare. I have 5 inches here, so when you open it up, you have 10 inches. I'll divide this 10 inches by 6.28. So 10 divided by 6.28 is 1.59. So I will go ahead and fold my fabric, and the sleeve length is 5 inches. So I'll fold my fabric into 4. So the radius is 1.59. I'll just round it to 1.6. 1.6 is the radius and the sleeve length is 5 inches. 5 plus 1.6 is 6.6. So from here I will measure 6.6 round This is the radius. I'll measure 1.5 inches here. That's the radius. We got it. I'll slit one side open. I'll join this to the sleeve. I'll use half inch to join them together here. I'll repeat the same thing for the other sleeve. So guys, I'm done joining the upper part. I also reduced the length. Initially, I cut out 31 inches. So it's just too long. This is the longest part. I reduced it to 28 inches and this side is 23 inches. So this side is 5 inches longer than this side. Instead of adding 5 inches to the hip, I added 3 inches to the hip. I also stitched the sleeve. I stitched the side with 1 inch and let about 6 inches open by the side here. Here. That's the lower part of the sleeve. So we're going to be joining the lower part to the upper part. I will measure this side and use it to cut out the fabric. Remember, the lower part is a garter. This side is 23 inches and the back is 23 inches. 23 plus 23 is 46 inches. I will times 43 inches by 2.25 or by 3. It totally depends on how full you want the garter to be. I will times mine by 3. 46 times 3 is 138. So I will cut out 138. That's the wideness. The full length of the dress is 62 inches. I will minus the upper part from the full length. So I'm minusing it so that I will know how many inches to cut out for the lower part. If I want to minus, I will measure this side. You don't measure from this side, you measure from the slanted side. So this is 23 inches and the full length is 62 inches. 62 minus 23 is 39 inches. I will add 1 inch for sewing allowance for the lower part. That's 40 inches. I'll be cutting out 40 inches for the lower part. The length is 40 inches and the wideness is times 3 of here. Times 3 of here is 138. So this is 138 inches and the length is 40 inches. I will go ahead and then use my gather machine to gather it. I will gather it up to 46 inches. So guys, I finished making the gather. I gather it up to 48 inches. I will be joining this, so that's why I added the extra 2 inches to it. I will be joining the upper part and the lower part together. This is the upper part, then this is the back side. This is my zip, the back side. I open up about 2 inches. I'll take this. Attach it like so, right side facing right side. I will take it round and bring it back to this other side. So this is the reason I added extra 2 inches to it. I will stitch it round. After stitching it, this is the open side. That's the back side. So I'll stitch it right from this open place. The 2 inches I opened. Use 1 inch to stitch it all the way to the length of the dress. After I've done that, I will attach my sleeve. This is the wrong side of the dress. I will tuck my sleeve inside. This is the right side of the sleeve. I will tuck it inside. Match the side seam together. And use half inch to join them together. So guys, I'm done attaching the lower part to the upper part. This is the lower part. This is the back. I've also attached the sleeves. So that's it for today. Please, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you're here for the first time. I will see you guys in my next one. Love you. Bye.